got somebody very, very special that I want to introduce y'all to. Shanna McCowan. She is she's my good friend. She's a lady that helped me in purchasing my home. She's also have done a lot of things in the studio with us. She's phenomenal. I'm not going to share everything up front because I want to cover it throughout the whole conversation. We're promoting her book today. I think it's number 3, huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
number
yes.
3. So yeah, we're going to promote this one here. It says, "Wealth is a Mindset."
Yes.
The final edition, meaning that if y'all ain't got it the first couple times, you ain't gonna get it. She's tired of talking. So, Shanna, introduce yourself and tell everybody about you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you again for having me here at Solitaire Studios. Yes, I am Shanna McCown. I am the realtor, the author of Wealth is a Mindset, investor, the entrepreneur that wear many hats, the mother of 5. I am like a Houdini. I switch hats, throughout the day, from being a realtor, mom, author, all that good stuff.
Awesome.
Serialpreneur.
Oh, I read your book. It's a great read, and I think if you all haven't read it, or you're not serious about being wealthy and what wealth really means, then you need to read her book because she tells you about it's not just about dollars and cents. It's about how you make wealth mentally,
yes,
and with a family and growing business and being multiple streams of income and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I'm not I'm going to interview her as best I can because I'm nervous right now. So I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to try the Dr. Phil approach to ask her some questions, some strong questions, some serious questions for you all that are going to go out and do what she does and how she does it. I'm an entrepreneur myself, blah, blah, blah. But we're going to get down to some tough questions. We're going to get down to the real deal, Holyfield.
Yes, okay.
One of the most things that she talked about mostly was her father, her family, and her kids. That's an intro in her book that you all really need to listen to and understand where she's coming from. Because you can get it. If you miss it, then you missed her altogether, because she's giving wealth and giving love to those that have influenced her to be where she is right now, and the sky is the limit. Multiple streams I want to talk a little bit about, and there's a lot of other stuff I want to talk to you about, but multiple streams, when you talk about income from multiple streams, share that with your audience when you mean multiple streams.
So multiple streams of income is basically, like, it sounds like more than one income, because as you know, let's say if you work a typical 9 to 5, that's one stream of income. At any given point in time, the boss can say, hey, we are downsizing, you're laid off in the nice terms. So you want to always have something to fall back on. I typically say, if it's 2 people in a household, at least 2 incomes per adult, so you can have those multiple streams of income to fall back on something else if something else falls through, get laid off or whatever. Even if you just entrepreneur and have businesses, you want to have more than one stream of income, because it's different seasons for different types of businesses. Like, for instance, if you are, let's say, a lawn care business, during the winter, it's the slower months. So then that's when you want to have a different business going on to sustain throughout the winter months. Different, each type of business having seasons, so just.
So can you share with your viewers, is there such a thing as job security?
No, I don't think it is.
Okay.
I don't think it is, just because when you're the business owner, when your business is, like about to go under, or different things that's going on, but you don't tell your employers. Your employees.
Of course you don't, yeah.
Off the
you don't let them,
you don't let them know
until
you let
them go on Friday, yeah.
Right, exactly. So you don't know what's coming, as an employee. So, and we see it all the time. It, never changed throughout many years. We see it on the news everywhere.
Right.
So you want to definitely, it's no job security.
I preach a thing when I talk to my audience that I'm just getting started is for those that have jobs and want to start a business, tell your audience how difficult that is to have a job and trying to run a business?
It's very difficult. I mean, it's challenging, but it can be done. So, that means being super dedicated. So, if you're working a 9 to 5 on your lunch break, maybe use some of that time to work on a little bit of your own stuff. Or on your off day, make sure you're working towards your own stuff. Because when you're at that job 9 to 5, you're working on that business owner, their goals and dreams.
His income, right.
Right. So when you're off days, you want to make sure you be very dedicated to what it is that you're moving towards. And if you have that mindset.
So I'm going to ask you this question.
Go ahead.
How scary was it for you to leave a 9 to 5 and do your own thing? Share that with your audience. How scary was that?
It was a little scary. For me, it was a little different because me, typically, to be upfront, I never really was a corporate America working on a job 5, 6 years, none of that. I always been an entrepreneur. So I would get a job, to probably, because I know I'm about to buy a house.
Right.
Because back then, I know things is different now, know a whole different way of going about it. But then when I didn't know any better, I did it that way as far as go get a job, because it was easier to apply for a mortgage when you had a 9 to 5 versus showing business income and everything like that, which I know a lot of things differently now that I wish I would have known back then in my early 20s,
well, you
starting off
now,
and trying to figure it all out.
Yeah.
I figured it out. So, but it can be done.
It can be done. Okay.
Yes.
Next question for you.
Okay.
Again, I'm not an interviewer. I'm just going off what I read in your book, which is so, I'm telling you guys, if you don't buy this book or go get this book, then shame on you if you want to be in business and you want to really understand what wealth is all about. Being a mother of kids and taking that challenge and taking that risk, did you ever at your point in your life say, this is too much, I can't do it? Or did you always think the positive way that I can get through this? I know you talk about God in your book, but share with them how God helped you, influence you to help you get on through relationships and kids and all that kind of stuff. Share that with us.
So I never felt like I couldn't do this.
Good for you, girl.
It was, and I say that because I was raised in an entrepreneurship, household.
Of course, in the book, get the book.
Yes.
You'll hear that.
Yes, you'll learn about that. So it was a little bit different for me because it was instilled in me growing up. So it was more of a reason why I really had to get these businesses off the ground and keep going and keep pushing, because I had 5 children. So I needed to have better control of my own time management for when the children get sick. It was fearful always having to call off for work, saying, oh, one child is sick, this one got a doctor's appointment, things like that. So my mom always told me, you need an at-home job, just focus on starting your own businesses so you can have control of your own time.
When those failures came, and I know you didn't know what casualties going to in business, we speak about casualties because they come all the time. When they came, you weren't prepared for them. How did you overcome that? How did you get past those?
Kept going. Like, I just do it like Nike. So I might have a moment because I'm human. I might cry, sad, oh my goodness, have a moment. But I make sure I hurry up and overcome those moments so I won't stay stagnant or get depressed or just laying in the bed, what I'm going to do. I cry, let it out.
There
Talk
you go.
to myself.
There you go.
I'll answer
I've
myself
been there, done
a little
that.
bit
Yeah.
or whatever. But and then I keep it pushing. And not a whole day is gonna go by without me staying in that space. Not a whole day.
Share with your audience that you're going, because you're live now. Share with your audience the definition of insanity. We know that's doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. How did you push through that?
So I have done that a couple times, thinking, okay, this scenario is a little different, or it's a different person in play, that might, make it a little different. But in all of reality, it is, if you are doing the same thing, expecting different results. I had to start doing things differently. So I'm always growing and
But you were never
learning.
Afraid.
Never afraid.
Okay, good. Because that's my next question is.
I get a little nervous sometimes.
Hell yeah,
of the unknown, or just trying to figure it out. Because a lot of stuff, when they say self-made, I really understand that
Yeah.
because
Trustworthy,
I didn't
yeah.
have like a mentor to hold my hand. I have different many mentors that, from different angles, different things, but not just like a blueprint. Hey, this is laid out for you. Do it like this and you will get these. No, I really did a lot of trial and error. And so that's why when I'm speaking to the people and I come out with this book, and I'm gearing towards being,
Right.
a
You can talk the
millionaire and
talk and
everything
walk the
like
walk,
that or
yeah,
whatever. But I
yeah.
have many experiences along the way of getting there. A lot of people can always say, well, I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm continuously working and getting there. So this book is for the people that does not have a silver spoon in their mouth and was not given a blueprint and showing you that it still could be done. I have a lot of, successful stories. I've accomplished a lot of my goals and different things like that. So it could be done. And it's like, take some of this advice and apply it. You have a lot of people, catch this now, you have a lot of people to be like, well, even for like millionaires, or like, I'll give you an example. I had a mortgage lender one time, right? A lot of people would be like, well, if you know this and you know that, well, why are you not doing X, Y, Z, and da-da-da? The trick is, not a trick, excuse me.
No, that's the right word, trick.
The thing is, you can have 3 people here and the coach telling these 3 people to do the same thing. Not all 3 of them is going to catch it and do it. Or they're going to do different things and end up different places. So the thing is to worry about what you're going to do with that information. Not looking to the left or looking to the right or looking at them, well, did you do it? No, what you going to do with that information is what's going to make a difference. Don't worry about all of that. So prime example, real quick. I had a lender.
Take your time,
a
sweetie.
mortgage lender. This was some years ago. Right? And my whole thing, I got my realtor license, solely to collect commission from my own real estate portfolio, right? But of course, word of mouth and everything, I became that favorite realtor for friends and family. Thank you. So one of the things when I started to get my first property, the lender said, hey, because it's different brackets your credit score need to be in order to get a certain interest rate on that mortgage loan, right? Or even sometimes just to get approved, So he said, do X, Y, Z, because he wanted my score to jump at the time. This was like maybe a little over 10 years ago. And I did it. So you have to be intentional about your goals and what you're going to do.
You have to be committed.
And knowledge is only power if it's applied. So it's cliche to say, oh, okay, knowledge is power. No, applied knowledge is power. So the lender said, do X, Y, Z. I was intentional. I went and did X, Y, Z. Not even 30 days later, about 30 days later, I went back. Hey, pull my credit, do a rescore. Jumped over 75 points. He said,
that's a lot, guys.
That's a lot. Within 30,
75 points.
days.
Some of us struggle at 30 points. 75 points is a lot.
Let me tell you, it is. He said, what did you do? I said, well, what you told me to do.
Paid your bills.
So that was, he had told me to do, pay little things. No, so the trick is a lot of people, and that's why I always tell people, talk to a mortgage lender if you're trying to buy a house, not the credit repair companies, because the mortgage lender is the one that is trying to get you.
Because that's a different score, isn't it?
It's a difference.
Yeah.
And so I said, I did what you told me to do. So the point I was making with that story there, when people be like, well, did you do it? Or how you know? He was trained to tell other people to do these things.
Wow.
Right? So if they do it, they win. He hasn't actually done it.
Himself.
That's why he was like, well, what do you do? Well, I did what you told me to do.
I did what you told me to do, yes.
So he was trained to tell other people to do it. It's up to us if we do it.
Because he wasn't committed.
He's trained. He's trained.
But you did exactly what he told you to do.
So this is his job to tell people what to do. And
that's why your book is so important, because you're telling people to be committed to what they're doing.
And do it.
Yeah.
That's his job to tell people.
I like this whole thing when you said it's a mindset.
It's a mindset, and it's up to the people to do it. So because I did what he told me to do, it worked. He never did it himself. So don't never ask a person, well, did you do it? Or looking to the right or to the left. Are you going to do it?
So what is money really worth? When you talk about in this chapter here, how money works, tell us a little bit. I know I don't have a whole lot of your time, but how does money work?
So how money works, this is my thing. I view money totally different now. been through a lot of trials and errors. Like I said, done a lot of great things, and just looking at money a lot differently even today. From the last business adventure I was on, dealing with flip properties and just different things and obtaining a whole bunch of business credit and things like that.
Wow.
And it all depends on what you do with it now.
You really listen, boy. You really listen. I like it.
Listen, you can spit. Ooh. So now I'm like,
a lot of listening.
Yeah, I'm like, I shouldn't have did that. I'll do this differently, da-da-da. But money now to me is even more valuable because now I'm learning more of as I'm investing and seeing the money grow. I want more money. I want to have more money staying in. So the goal is, a couple years, get more intentional.
Preach to me.
I made my mark of what I wanted to make, okay? And it's very important now, if you're an entrepreneur and you file your taxes and you tell your CPA, just put the deductions in for me, just.
I heard what she said, huh? Pay your taxes. Make sure you pay them taxes.
So not even really that, more so because you want to have them deductions in those write-offs
right.
as a business owner. That's a whole nother story.
Right.
But my point is you want to face your numbers and know your numbers. So you sit down and look at your incoming and your outgoing so you could know where you could scale back and really face those numbers and see what you're doing and what you could be doing differently, right?
Do you do that quarterly or yearly?
I do mine yearly. So, but you're supposed to, it's different structures for different folks depends what you have going on, right? So when I did mine, I saw that I hit my number. Yay, right? But then I'm looking, you got more going out than coming in. So my goal is, not to save more money. I'm going to keep more money, right? And apply it, not save it, apply it, that money that I scale back on in different areas to now work for me. I want to employ my money because I see how it grows with these investments. And it's fun
incredible.
to me.
That's incredible. And a lot of people say that one more time.
I employ my money now.
Employ your money.
So it's never.
She's teaching me some shit now. So.
I don't want to save. I don't want to save. I want to employ the money to work for me, to bring me back more money. So no longer I want to just keep buying stuff. Right? That's not bringing me any money.
I'm glad you brought that up because I want to ask you about that. One of my questions about buying stuff, spending on life.
I back a lot lately. Ooh, and it's been fun. I've been documenting my journey and everything. Like, you gotta be intentional.
I've done the same thing, girl. I've done the same thing.
You gotta be intentional. And when you're intentional and you understand it and you know it, it becomes fun. Yeah. It's not draining when, So I've been documenting my journey of my spreadsheet of things I've been saving on and scaling back on. So now that money, employ it to work for me to bring you back.
Now, when you talk about that, I got to say this.
Okay.
This is her show, but I got to say this though. I averaged last year almost $11,000 on lunches, and this year alone, we're in March. I'm right now about $2,000.
Okay.
Scaling back because them $400 lunches that I'm trying to get people to convince people on how to build business and do this and blah blah blah. They're just eating off of that, and they never come back. So I'm starting to say to myself, was that really worth it? Or maybe I could have done a Zoom call, to save that money. So I'm right with you on saving that cost because I can apply that to somewhere else. And what I want to do is just, what you talk about in your book, make sure that I have that wealth for my kids. Yeah. But I'm not going to take over your show. I just want to say how...
That's a good point that you're making, trying to convince people to get into business.
Yeah.
See, I've been in the game for many, many, many years. Like I said, I was raised up in entrepreneurship. So as soon as I got really
your dad was a great man, according to what I read. He was a great man.
Thank you. I appreciate
He taught you a lot. And for you at such a young age to pick up on that, not most kids pick up on that. Most kids pick up on other things other than, what is my family really doing? They're entrepreneurs or they're business owners or, they just have a regular 9 to 5 because they don't turn out to be a regular 9 to 5.
Right.
Fortunately for you, you took it the other way. You took it the way that Dad laid it out for you. He spread it out for you. Like, This is what you have to do
Yes.
to have that.
He still did. And I can remember since the age of 6. Now, it's both worlds now. My mom did work. You know, he didn't want her to work. But,
Right.
you know, she kind of wanted a little bit of
Right.
independence or whatnot.
I
Or,
wish
and
my wife
she-
had a job. But my wife ain't working 40 years. But,
she just, that's a good
but that's what
thing.
they say. You want to
Right.
have the life, you got to have the wife, happy life, happy
life.
life, you know.
That is
so,
true. So, you know, she did more so of like helping with like paperwork. He did have a CPA come over every Saturday, go over the books and
Wow.
things like that. So before I get sidetracked there with that, what you were speaking about trying to convince people to get into business, you don't want to do that. You will burn yourself out. You will spend lots of unnecessary money and things like that trying to persuade. Me, I've learned I don't talk about business, things like that when I meet people unless they bring certain things up, and then I'll tune in.
y'all heard that,
on
right?
it
Say that
and
again. Say that again.
So I don't try to convince anybody to do anything.
That says she's not wasting time. Because
Exactly.
time is one thing you can never get back.
Time is your most valuable commodity when you're an entrepreneur.
My
okay?
girl, my girl.
So I don't preach. I don't walk around. So I'm not the person that you got to try to avoid at family reunions or
Right.
going out because all she's gonna do is something. No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no. If you bring it up to my attention. And it's not just talking it and just bringing it to my attention that I'm going to share everything and do everything. No, I got to know that you're serious because you got
Right.
a lot of people that
Right.
just talk, waste time, blah, blah.
Especially in Atlanta.
Right, exactly. So it's like, you know, you're going to, if you're serious, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. And then if you're really serious, you don't want a handout. You
Right.
want to know, what can I do? What can I learn? What can I,
But
because...
you're seasoned now, so you can weed out the bullshitters.
Yes, but they get mad
Yeah.
because then they feel like I'm not sharing information.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I'm not the coach,
Right.
so I don't want you to fault me if you missed something, right?
Right.
Because I'm not hosting
I
a
get it.
class, right?
I hope y'all listening.
Right. I don't want to be reliable for just, you call me, we talk about 15 minutes, try to get some information from me. Then a month later, try to get another 15 minutes. That's not how you're going to learn and grow.
Right. No, I
you
agree.
have to. I don't want to be accountable like, oh, well, you didn't tell me this or you missed out. Now you're blaming me. No, you got to take accountability. Go through this. I could put you onto the same training I got. I can put you onto the same mentor, that I went through. Because these are these people's job. So they got time set aside to actually do the mentorship, the training, and giving you all the tools that you need, right? So I believe in paying for coaching so I can cut my learning curve in half. So that's all I tell people. And if you're serious, you wouldn't want to be trying to get little bits and pieces here and there because you're not going to be successful.
So is it safe to say your followers or people that, because we're in this social media world now and you have these likes and all that, is it safe to say you're comfortable with the ones that don't like versus the ones that do like?
When you say that again, like,
Okay, like if you had, I don't know what your media page is because I don't follow it like I should, but will you change your lifestyle because of what you do because so many people don't like you, or would you stay steady and don't worry about the ones that like you?
I would definitely continue to do me.
Okay, my girl.
Right?
That's what I wanted to
the
hear.
people that are like-minded will
Yes.
gravitate
That's what I- yeah.
and
That's what I
want
wanted
to
to
build
hear.
and grow and collaborate and network and stuff like that. So you are for the people that are like-minded. I'm not for everybody.
Right.
Everybody is
And
not
they
for
say
everybody.
if you make everybody happy, you're doing something wrong, right?
Yes. So I stay in
Awesome.
my lane, and the ones that are like-minded will gravitate, and we can run together. Those are the people that's not don't have that mindset, not thinking about none of that stuff. No, I'm not catching their interest.
Tell
I'm
me
not
about-
sparking their interest.
Health versus wealth.
So you have to have both, because you could be wealthy, and if you're unhealthy, you're not gonna be able to enjoy the wealth.
Right.
And possibly,
But tell them that.
So both, definitely. I've changed my diet a lot completely. It's definitely
You are
it
what you
makes
eat,
it-
right?
Yes,
That's what they say.
you want to eat to live, not live to eat. So
That's not true. Preach on, please.
and it does make a difference in your body. Once you experience it, again, you can't look to the left, look to the right. What this person doing? Did they do it? You got to always have the experiences yourself, so it can be your testimony and your story. Because everybody's story is different,
Put that up. I'm glad you put
So,
that up. 'Cause you brought up
yes,
something.
I've changed my diet a lot. It's a journey. It's a journey. So
And we're
herbs,
gonna-
like a lot of just planting my garden. I am.
Well, that's what I told you. What success
Just-
is: having kids and growing plants,
Planting
having pets.
seeds.
That's what God means
Yes.
is success. A lot of people think that you have to have all this money, blah blah blah.
No.
Tell them about success and what it really means to you.
So for me, it's being, successful, accomplishing my many different goals, checking it off of my to-do list.
You have a written to-do list, girl?
I have goals that I
Okay.
continuously
Because I have
work
one. I have one that I write down on my
Yeah.
tablet that I.
And I check them off, and I keep going as I check them off. So that's success for me, being able to have the experience to do the things that I say I want to do and try. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't, you would never know. It may flop, but guess what? You did it.
Yeah.
And you have a story, and you learned some things from me. Then
You tried
take
it.
that
Yeah.
and go on to the next thing you want to try and do, and accomplish. You learn from the things that you try out.
failed at, the things that you're good
Even
at,
if
yeah.
You failed at it, you build from it, you succeed at it. You just got to do it,
I got a real good question for you right now.
Yes, go ahead.
This is the year, and I've been waiting to ask you because I've asked a lot of black females. You all realize this is the year, the century of the black woman.
I do.
What are you prepared to do?
I do.
How you going to get in? How you going to...
Level up, break ceilings, get out that comfort zone. Stop thinking you could be successful and do it all on your own.
Because America's embracing you. America has their arms open
Yes, they
for
do.
black women.
They do, and you can do it. You just got to be dedicated, determined. When you have that mindset, and
She said it, y'all. She's in her book. She
because
said
the
that
wealth is
mindset.
the mindset is not a color thing. It's not. I don't like it when people be like, "Oh, white people this, what?" No. I don't say that. No, it's a mindset. It
You
has
prepared?
no color to it. I am prepared.
Because it's coming for you.
It's coming.
And
I'm ready.
I think personally that you all gonna have it for the next 10 years, and you're gonna give it back to men, and then let us,
Yeah.
because we made a mess of what we had, and we done it, we tried it, but they always had a statement that behind every great man was a greater woman.
Mm-hmm.
So now that woman has risen. What are you gonna tell your audience? How are we gonna do this?
I will say definitely listen. This social media thing is different. It hit different. I don't really care for it too much. I'm getting better at it. That's why I don't do
Me
too
too.
much on social media. But we're not gonna do that. But I'm getting better for my audience. But with you saying that with black women, things like that.
Yeah, this is your area. This is your
and
area,
you
yep.
saying what we do to give it back to you guys. We have to start working together.
I think y'all gonna teach men how to.
And we can, if we get away from the social media making it believe that, okay, men feeling like they don't need women, women feeling like they don't need men, like everybody's separate nowadays. It's like, no, it's better. Two is better than one.
Mm-hmm.
If you learn to work together and stop acting like you don't need one another and stuff like that. Women, we are not men. Let's stop trying to be men.
Yeah.
I don't
God.
try to be. I know I do need a man. I do. I'm glad I got one because look, I need you to do. I'm gonna stay
Right.
in my lane.
Right.
Be feminine.
Right.
Do what I need to do. I do
Oh, my
best
God.
at. So you can
You are
do
preaching right now,
what
girl.
You can do best at, and we can fuel each other. Pour into each other and support one another. So I think if we look at it that way versus since it's for us black women right now,
Mm-hmm.
we having the opportunity to do a lot of different things that we haven't
Yeah,
done
we have
through
those
the
things
years.
in front of
To
us right
don't
now,
get
yeah.
big headed and be just so super independent that you don't need a man.
Right.
Like no, that's gonna kill it. Like no, they
So
still
would
are
you
needed.
encourage other black females, such as or white,
Mm-hmm.
to invest in kids?
To invest? Oh yeah, absolutely. They're watching. They are watching. My little 8-year is sharp. I was talking to him yesterday about crypto and told him the scenario about when I had
Because they're gonna run our future. They're our
Listen,
future. So
they sharp. like other cultures do when they have their kids dinner after they put the phones down, talk about how your day was, things like that,
God,
and
put the
talk
phone down.
about what you want to work on and things like that. So the same thing, type of things my dad was and my parents was instilling in me. I'm doing with
'Cause
my
you were
children.
listening.
I was
Obviously,
listening.
you were
and I
listening
said,
'cause you wrote it.
But no, listen. So it is true because my 8-year-old, he soaks up that cash flow money game way quicker than like my older ones. So it's like that's why they say teach them while they're young, because their mind is not corrupted on a whole bunch of other things just yet, the world, the ways of the world, and things like that. My 8-year-old soaks it up quick. Now, so the older ones, they kind of been doing their own thing, got in their mind for what they, because they're older.
Yeah.
So, and they're like 20, 21.
I'm working on my 16-year-old
little
grandbaby right now.
they are listening and they are watching. So my older ones are watching, asking little questions and things like that. But my 8-year-old, that one back there, he's shy. He picking it up. He know about crypto. I put him in. I said, get off the game. They was off school. They out of school more than a little bit nowadays. I don't know what's going on. But I said, get off the game. Let me show you about crypto, because crypto, if you guys don't know, you guys need to invest in digital. This world is going digital.
I apologize for my
You know,
phone
that's
ringing.
okay.
I'm not going to answer
It's
it,
just
though,
like, China, everything is digital. The United States has become digital. So,
And I'm glad you brought it, 'cause that's
Yes.
one of my last questions.
yes.
What do you think, in your opinion, if the internet shut down, the phone shut down, what will we do as a race, as people? How will we recover? How will we maneuver? Tell me would you maneuver? How would you maneuver?
That's a question. That's definitely a question. I will have to try to figure it out, regroup. I don't.
You wouldn't be
wanna-
afraid. You wouldn't be scared, though, right?
I wouldn't be scared, but I will freak out at first. Cause just like I don't know how many of you guys have AT&T when AT&T
It
shut
just happened.
down
It just
last
happened.
week. Boy. Ooh, I don't know. So that is a good question, because a lot of people are thinking about it because the movies is out there. They're putting it in our face. Some things have happened and occurred.
I think they're doing it on purpose.
They are.
Yeah.
They putting it in our face. So it's definitely things to think about. How even they, talking about bunkers underground stuff like it's definitely something coming. Have I thought about it? Yeah, a little bit, but I know first and foremost I will freak out at first. Like not freak out, but like oh my god, I'd be about to lose my mind. 'Cause without that internet.
Then here's my last question. I'm going to let you go. I know you're a busy lady.
Okay.
What do you think about, does it make sense to you? Fail to plan, plan to fail. If you don't plan your destiny or what you do as a what all the business that you do, and it almost goes back to the definition of insanity, but if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. What do you think about that?
That is absolutely true. You gotta have, you might don't have a sound blueprint of what to do, but you gotta always think about what is
Say
it
that
I
again.
wanna
Say that again. A soundproof plan. You got to have something.
You don't
A target, right?
So you gotta have a target. So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to have a solid blueprint, but you have to know your why. What are you wanting to do? Right? And if you eat, think, sleep, that goal, I want to do this, I want to do it. Like law of attraction, speed into existence, all that stuff is definitely powerful. So if you eat and think and sleep in this goal that you want to get through and make it, you will subconsciously start taking those steps to work towards that goal. So even when it's challenging, thing is getting tough, or feel like giving up, and that's why you need friends that's like-minded, because those friends will help you build you up. Because entrepreneurship is a roller coaster, and if you only talking to people with 9 to 5 that don't have no idea about how business goes, they're going to turn you around and make you almost think you need to go back to 9 to 5, right? So I say that to say, subconsciously you will start working toward those goals. So when it gets challenging and stuff like that, you have to always think about that end goal.
I'm with you.
Think about that end goal, that big why,
So in business,
so you can keep going.
I want you to look into your phone, and I want you to tell the youth that are going to follow you, because you're going to have a lot of followers. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to be influenced by you, because I'm going to push you, because not only you're a black woman, you're a good friend.
Thank you.
In business, what do you do when they tell you no? When vendors tell you no, what do you do?
I keep going. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And I'll sometimes may go back maybe
Even if they're
months
taking the
later.
foreign language, you just
Yeah, no, it's no stopping. I'm sorry, it's no stopping.
Y'all listen to
I
it, right?
I don't understand now.
y'all listen to it, right?
That fuels me more. I
Yeah.
don't understand now.
You have to be able to withstand and understand
Yes.
what no means.
Yes.
No sometimes is good, but no sometimes is bad.
Yes.
But if you're, like you say, you're focused, your mindset is, this is what I'm going to do. Can't know. It's like an athlete. You're not going to stop me from getting where I want to go. Now, I may not make it to the pros and make
Right.
all the big money,
Yeah.
but I'll make it.
Yes.
And they say, I was told to me, nice guys finish last.
Yes.
But guess what they mean when they say that? Nice guys finish.
Yes, absolutely. That's the same thing for women. The nice women finish last, but we finish.
Y'all give it up for China. I am
Thank
so
you.
proud that you came and hung out with me today. I know you're a busy woman. You got a lot of things to go on. If you don't buy her book, you're not serious about business, and you don't want to know what wealth is in a mindset. She got a lot of good information
Yes.
here. I couldn't cover the whole book because she's busy, but I wanted to thank you for coming out and hanging out with your boy.
you. Yes, they
a
can
wise guy.
definitely-
Yeah.
Yes, they can
And
definitely.
listen, just to let you all know, she's going to pick her own time, but she will have her own podcast sponsored by Solid State Studio here once a week whenever she wants. So y'all tune in. She'll give you all the dates, and she'll pull up, and she ain't paying a damn dime to do it. She's just doing it because I want you all to hear what she's doing and what she's talking about. So
Appreciate that.
give it up
Thank
for her.
you,
Give it up
thank
for her.
you. And
All right.
yes, they can find the book. You can find the book on Amazon. Wealthisamindset.org. If you want a personalized, signed copy, you can follow me at Shy.
I got a signed copy, you
Yes,
heard me?
you do. Yes, please, follow me at Shy the Realtor. That's with 2 Y's, Shy the Realtor, on all the social media platform. Make sure you like and subscribe so you'll be notified when I get on. I am doing a lot better with, feeding you guys some nuggets. So
Yeah.
thank you. For
And she will have her
joining
own
us
podcast,
today.
so look out for her.
Yes.
Look out for her. She'll be there. She'll be right here at Solid State Studio doing that. And she'll pick her dates and her time to share, and she'll go live every time she's here.
Yes. Thank you.
You are a blessing. Thank you so
for
much.
having me.
The pleasure's mine,
Thank you.
sweetie. All
Yes.
right. Thank y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.